What happens when the first holder of the joint mutual fund account dies? That's what we are going to discuss today in the Market Secrets investment series. Before we get started with the today's session, I'd like to mention that we at Market Secrets had recently launched Algo Traders Program ATP. If you are someone who is interested in learning end-to-end algo trading, then you can consider joining our ATP program. I'll leave the link to it in the description section of this video. And with that note, let's jump into today's session on what happens when the first holder of the joint mutual fund account dies. And let's start the session with some assumptions. Assumption number one. It's a joint or multiple holder account. Okay, it's not a single holder account, it's a joint account. Okay, so consider there are just two holders. Okay, and the first holder, if you take joint holdings in mutual funds, right, you need to list the order in which the holding is being held. So the first holder dies. Okay, that's a second assumption. And imagine you are the second holder. Okay, so you can consider it that way. You are the second holder and the first holder is dead. Now what happens to this joint account investments? That's what we are going to discuss in detail. But first, what are the documents you need to handle this scenario? Okay, first one, you need the first holder's death certificate. Okay, once the first holder dies, you need to get the death certificate of the first holder, and you need to get your PAN card. If you are the joint holder, you need to get your PAN card, and you need to have your KYC documents sorted, or you need to provide your KYC acknowledgement. If you are already in investing, right, you would have already done the KYC. You are already part of joint account, so KYC would have already been done for you. So this doesn't matter, but you need to submit your KYC document or acknowledgement, and you need to submit your cancel check. So these are the documents that you would need. Now, what's the claim process? You need to fill Form T2, okay, mutual fund form T2. You can Google it and get it. You can print it, fill it, sign it, and you need to submit it in addition with the documents that I have mentioned earlier. And you need to fill separate form for each fund house. If the investor is investing in 2 or 3 fund houses like UTI, HDFC, Kotak, right, a separate form needs to be filled for each fund house, and separate form for each combination of holders. For example, an investor might have joint account with himself and his wife. Okay, that might be one joint account combination. One might be him and his parents, and another joint account might be with their children. So there are various combinations possible, right? So if there are multiple such combinations, you need to fill in separate form for each of those combinations as well. Okay, so that's what you need to keep in mind. Okay, and you can submit these forms at the mutual fund service centers like CAMS and Carvi. So if you want to know the exact location in your city, you can just Google mutual fund service centers. So this is the usual claim submission process. And now what are the responsibilities? Okay, now once you submit the claim, mutual fund units will be transferred to the joint holder's name. Okay, so in this case the first holder is dead, right? So because of that, the second holder will become the new first holder. Okay, so the second holder of the mutual fund will automatically become the first holder. Okay, and since this is a joint holding, the joint holder can redeem the units at any time after the transfer. Okay, there is no restrictions on that, but the joint holder will remain liable to the legal heirs of the deceased holder. Okay, so even though the joint holder will get the units transferred to his name, he should settle properly with the legal heirs of the deceased. Okay, this is something that the joint holders should always remember. Okay, so these are all unnecessary complexity. That is why I generally don't recommend joint account, but still, everyone have their reasons. Okay, and with that, we have come to end of today's episode. If you have any queries, comments, or feedback about this episode, leave it down in the comment section. I'll be happy to address it. Also, hit the like button if you have liked this video and share it with your friends if you find it useful. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video or conduct a live session. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.